Hello everyone, welcome to Lightning Component Development Session 10. So, guys on Hangout, can you hear me?
Yes, Manish.
Okay. Okay. So, let's proceed with our session 10. But before that, let's have a recap of session 9. So, what we did in session 9, we have learned about application event. So, where should we use application event? What are the advantages application event offers us over component event? And like how application event can be handled and fired from different components. Then we have developed our add card experience component. So in this component, we use this component to add experience record about a car. So once a rentee rented a car, he can share his experience using this component. Then we learned about Lightning Data Services, how to create a blank record using LDS and how to save a record using LDS. Saving a record can be for a new record as well, for a blank record as well. If you are saving a blank record, then the record ID must be null in your force colon record data component. If you are saving a uh, existing record, then the record ID should be present in your force colon create data component. So these are the things that we learned in session 9. So let's proceed with today's agenda. So what we are going to learn today, first of all, we are going to have a look on SLDS. So if you are not aware about SLDS, so SLDS is a library that Salesforce provide to give you Lightning look and feel. So it's the full form would be Salesforce Lightning Design System. So you can include this library uh, in your HTML page or in your Visual Force page anywhere, and you can give your component a Lightning look and feel using SLDS. Then we will be developing our car experience component. So in this component, we will be displaying all the experience record created for a particular car. And we'll be using component event to change tabs. So as soon as we create a experience record, we will shift the focus from add car experience component to car experience component. Then we'll be using external JavaScript in our Lightning component. So we'll be seeing how you can include the external JavaScript in your Lightning component, and that JavaScript library can be used in our Lightning component. So we'll be having a look on that as well. Then we'll be developing our car location component to show the car's current location on the Google Map. So uh, that also we'll be doing today. And then we'll be using application event that will carry your car's longitude and latitude, and that will be passing to our car location component to display the location on the map. Once we do all these activities, our rent a car application will be completed. So today we'll be completing our rent a car application, and in the coming week we will not be having a look on the rent a car application. The lab exercise includes how to check SLDS library, what are the resources available in SLDS. Then we'll be developing car experiences component. Then we'll fire and handle component event to change selected tabs in car details component, which is a parent component of car detail, add car experience and car experiences component. And then we'll be developing our car location component as well. So this is all about today's agenda. So let's start with SLDS. So SLDS makes it easy for you to build applications that comply with new Salesforce Lightning look and feel. What does this mean? So SLDS will give you pre-built CSS classes, pre-built icons, or design tokens that you can simply use in your Lightning component, and you do not even have to write any single line of code by yourself. You do not even have to write any CSS uh, code by yourself. You do not even have to include any other icons. You can simply pick those up from SLDS and use it in our Lightning component file. Using the new design system markup results in pages which have the Lightning look and feel without writing any CSS. So it is the same thing that I have just Told you guys. If you use SLDS, you can have lightning look and feel without even writing any single line of code. What you need to do, you simply have to use the pre-built classes that are already included in SLDS library. The SLDS bundle resources have four type of resources. First is your CSS framework, which basically has your CSS classes. So you can use these classes to give your lightning component or maybe your Visual Force page or your HTML page lightning look and feel. Then it has icons as well. So these are the standard Salesforce icons that you can use in your again anywhere in your HTML component or Visual Force page component. You can even use in your lightning components as well. Then there are different type of fonts available in SLDS as well. You can use those as well. And the design tokens. So design tokens can be used to give your uh, application a different kind of branding. So like you can use different type of text color using design tokens and everything. So it will give your lightning application your own company's branding. So let's say your company is using a theme of maybe black and orange color. So use design tokens to design your website or design your lightning component in such a way that it will give you the same look and feel that your company uses. So these are the four resources available in SLDS. Now, how to check these SLDS resources? Where can you check these? So we already have our lightningdesignsystem.com website where uh, the complete SLDS is available. You can simply type this in your URL Lightning Design System and you will end up on this page. Here you can check the current release resources. So if you see here, first of all, it will give you the release notes. What are the changes has been done on this particular release, that is summer 18 release. And then on the left hand side, you may be seeing design tokens, icons, and then above that, there are different CSS library as well. So if you see here, there are different libraries here, how to create cards component, how to create button icons. So the you and this includes the class names as well. Directly include these classes in your lightning component and you should be able to give your lightning component a look and feel that these classes gives you. So if you want to use maybe, let's say if you want to create a feed item, so how you can do that, go to feeds here. And if you want to create a feed like this, so there's a complete code has been given here. Use this code to generate these feeds here. We'll be having a look on this in our car experiences component as well. We'll be using the same SLDS code. So here what you can do, we will be having a look on this feeds component in our car experiences component as well. We will be developing a similar type of component and we'll be developing a similar type of look and feel using this SLDS code. So just type in Lightning Design Systems in your URL and you will end up on the SLDS main page where you can check all the icons, design tokens and classes available in SLDS. Now let's talk about our car experiences component. So we have already created this details component which shows car details, and we have created add car experience component as well where you can add the new experience record about that particular car. Today we'll be creating experiences component where we will be seeing the experience record submitted by uh, add a car experience component. So this is how it will look like. So we'll be using the feed section of SLDS library to generate this kind of look and feel. Before that, let's have a look how to let me introduce you about another component event that we'll be firing today. So as soon as you add your car experience, what your UI should be, so instead of add car experience component, your UI should show the experiences component now. Let's create this car experiences component now. Let's head back to our developer console. So let's have a look at our rent a car application, what we have built till now, and then we will be seeing what we are going to today. So if you load your rent a car demo application and load this rent a car page, you should be able to see slow internet connection. You should be able to see this page where you can uh, select different car types, different cars of different categories. Once you click on the car details should be visible on the left hand side, right hand side, and then you can add your experience as well with for that car. Yesterday we have created a car experience record. Let's have a look at like where we created that car experience record. I just want to see for which car we have created that record. So this is the component that this is the record that we have created. So it was for Ford Mustang. So if you click on your Ford Mustang car here, we should be able to see one more component here, that is car experiences component, which should be showing us this record. So how to do that? Let's create that component. So how to do that? Go to your file, new lightning component here, give it a name as car experiences. Once you do that, you should be able to see a blank component. I have already created mine, so let me open this one. So this is the component that we have created to show car experiences record. So let me walk you through the component markup. So what we are doing here, first of all, we are using inheritance and we are extending our base component here again, because we need to make some server side call from this component to fetch all the car experience records. That's why we have our server side controller as well here, which is car experience. If you go to let's open this car experience server side controller, click on open car experience. So this is the code that I have written in car experience server side controller. Here what we have done, uh, we are simply fetching all the records from car experiences filtered by the car ID that will be supplied by our component. So that's what we are doing, and we are sorting that with the created date. We are in descending order. So that's all about the server side controller. You can have a look on this and create this controller. Now we have two attribute. One is to hold your car record, which will be supplied by your car details parent component here. And then we are having a arrays of car experience records as well. Why do we have arrays here? Because there can be multiple car experiences submitted by a user or multiple users. So we want to take all those, we want to fetch all those records, and we want to show them on the UI. So that's why we are having an array here. Then we are having our init handler. We will have a look in our init do init method in some time. Now today we have something different, a change event. So again, this change event is a Aura framework event. This is not a custom event. So if you declare this change event, and in the value you can define any of the attribute values here. So what this change event does, it will simply keep monitoring your car attribute here. If anything changes in your car record, so let's say if the user clicks on the different car here, then the car ID will be changed, right? So this change event will keep on monitoring it, and as soon as we change it, it will again fire another event here. So that's all about the change event. Please have a look on this one as well. This is also a Aura framework event. It's not a custom event. Then we have our Aura method again. So this Aura method does the same thing to refresh our car experiences component here. So I just want to show you the usage of both. You can have any of these in your component. So if you have the change event, you don't have to use the refresh Aura method here, because the change event will already keep on monitoring the changes in your car attribute. If you don't want to use this change event here, you can create the Aura method named as refresh or anything that you want to name it. And and this event will again call the same method that your change event is doing. Now here what we are doing, these are the scroll wrapper. Why are this scroll wrapper class component we are using? Because if the number of records on the UI uh, are too many, let's say if hundreds of experience records are being submitted by users, you don't want to show them on the same UI, right? Or if you don't use a scroller here, your component size or length will keep on increasing. So that's why we want to use a scroller here, so that you can scroll through the complete list. So that's why we are using a scroller wrapper component here. Then here we are using aura if. So this aura if just checking if any car experience records is existing on the backend or not. If there is no car experience record submitted for that particular car, then what we want to show, we will simply show there is no experience posted for this car. But if there is experience record submitted for the car, then we are using else here. Here what we are doing, again, now this is where our feeds component coming in picture from SLDS library. So so since we are going to give this kind of look and feel here, so if you see here, I'm displaying the user record with username here along with the company name and uh, the created date of experience record. So this you can use your feeds SLDS library here to generate the same kind of look and feel. I have already already created a Git file for this SLDS. You don't have to type it out by yourself. Just simply copy this file content from here div to uh, here. So it's inside a Aura iteration. So this code is available on the Git repository. You already have the link for the Git repository. So if you see here, I have created one more file here, car experience.cmp. It only includes the SLDS code. It does not include the complete code here from the beginning to the end. It only includes the code which is inside your Aura iteration. And there are few things that you need to change in this code. What you need to change? First of all, if you have named your attribute as if you're given different name to your attribute, then please change these attribute values or attribute names here in your component, because for me the car experience is the attribute name here. If you see, these are in our order iteration, this is the car experience that I'm using. So change it to your name that you have given in your order iteration. Second thing is you need to make two changes in this file. First of all, here you need to use your car experience record to display the experience name, and here you need to display the experience value here. So these are the two things that you need to change in this file, and then only your code will work. So make sure you make these changes in this file. Once you do this, the rest of the code is same. There's no more code to explain. So this is the same SLDS we are using from the feed section. If you want to understand it, I cannot explain, because these are the SLDS classes to generate these kind of UI look and feel. After this, yeah, this is all about the markup of car experience component. Let's go to our controller file and have a look at our init handler. So what we are doing in our doinit method, we are calling a helper file on init. So what we are doing in this on init function, we are calling server side controller to fetch all these car experiences record, and we'll also be passing the car ID from our side. So let's go to our helper file. Let's have a look at onInit function. So again, we are using inheritance and we are calling our call server method from the base component, and we are passing this car experience name here. Along with that, we are creating a callback function here where we want to set this car experience array value which is fetched from the server. So that's we want to do here. If there is no value, then let's say let's print something in our log of developer. Let's print something in our browser console. We'll be submitting something like error getting car experience. And also one thing we need to make sure, we need to pass the car ID here, because your server side controller is expecting a car ID when you are calling this method. So here I have given this car ID of this particular car record where we have uh, submitted our experience record yesterday. So if you see, I'm just using this car ID here. I'm just hard coding it. We'll make it more dynamic using the car attribute. So once you do this, it will set the car experiences array, and you should be able to see the car experiences records popping up on your screen. Last thing that you need to do, you need to add this car experiences component in your car details parent component here. You see here, we need to use this. So what we can do here, let's go to our car details component. We already have two tabs created for car detail and add car experience. Let's create one more tab. Make it like, give it a name as car experience. And again, we need to pass this car ID or the car object from here, that will be handled by your car experience component. And we need to change this we need to include our car experiences component here. So just change it to car experiences. Once you do this, you can refresh this page. Just clear the cache, refresh it. Let's wait for it to load. We should be able to see our experiences component as well here. So click on any of the car record here. Yes, we are seeing one more tab here called experiences. So if you click on it, it is showing us the experience record that we have submitted yesterday, along with the username who submitted it, the company name, and the time when we submitted this record. And this is the title that we have given yesterday. If you go to our record, car experience record, this was the title that we have given. And this was the title that we have given, which that is displaying here. And along with that, we have given the experience value as well. So if you open it, this is the experience value that we have given. So the same is being displayed here. One thing that you notice here, if you change the car selection, it is not refreshing. Why? Because we are manually passing the car ID. We are not fetching the car ID of currently selected car tile. So that's why it is always same. So what we need to do, instead of hard coding the mm, ID in our car experiences helper here, let's fetch the car ID from this car attribute. So how we can do that? Let's use our get function of component reference. Use our component reference, type in get here, then value provider and the attribute name. So this will give us the complete object record, but we only want the ID. So that's why we need to give ID as well here. Once you do this, clear the cache, reload the page. Mm, Let's click on any of the file. You see here, we should be able to see the experience record for that car. If you change your selection, we are not seeing any car experience because we have only submitted one car experience record till now, that is for this car. So that's why we are able to see the experience record for this car. But We are seeing no experience posted for this car for the remaining cars. So this is all about car experiences, I believe. Let's do one thing. Let's submit a new record for any of the remaining car. Let's submit a experience record for this car. Once you click on submit, it should insert a value in the backend. And if you click on the experience, now it is not getting the new value from the server. So what you want to do, let's reload it. We'll change that as well. We will see like how to reload this component pretty soon now. It's not automatically reloading after adding the car experiences record. That's why we will use our component event to change the UI to our experiences record. Yep. But this is successfully saved in the backend if you see. So now what we want to do, as soon as you add your add car experiences record here, your tab selection should automatically shift to experiences component here. So that's what we want to do now. So for that, uh, we need to go in our add car experience component. First of all, we need to create an event now. How to do that? Create a lightning event here, give it a name, give it any name. Once you do that, you should be able to see a new event file. I have already created. Let me simply see which is the event. Yep, this is the event that I've added, car experience added. Once you click this is a blank component event. I have not given any attribute in this event. So this event is only being fired to make the tab selection change. And you should be able to, you should be seeing the application here in type. So you need to change it to component. And once you do that, we need to fire this from our add car experiences component. So open our add car experiences component. We need to register the event here first, and once you do that, we will be firing that from our controller file. So let's register the event here. To register the event, we simply need to pass the name of the event. You can give it any name, but this should be the name of your event. This should match to the name of your event. Our event name is car experience edit, so this should be the same. And also you need to take care of the cases here. Once you do this, so what we want to do, as soon as your record is added in the server side, so once we do this and your success, we have got the success from the server side response, then we want to fire our event here. How to do that? We need to simply get that event which is registered in our component markup, and we'll simply fire that. We don't have to describe any, we don't have to pass any parameters here because our event is not accepting any parameter. So how you can get that? Just give it the name which we have given here in the component markup. Once you do that, uh, you can simply fire this event. Now since you have fired it and this is a child component, then we need to handle this event in our parent component. So our parent component is again car details component here. So what we are doing, we are firing a event from component number 7. Once we do that, we want to handle that in component number 8 because this is the parent component in the same hierarchy. And once we and then we will use our aura method in component number 6, and we will call that aura method from our component number 8. So we will call our aura method which is defined in car experiences component from our car details component. So let's quickly do that. Go to our car details component here. Where is that? So here we want to handle that event. So we are already handling a application event here, but we want to handle one more event which is being fired by add car experience component. So simply put one more handler here. It is having the same name, same event name. The name you can give anything, and here you need to give the action that needs to be executed once this event is being handled. Go to your controller file. I already have this method declared here. So this method will be called once the event is being handled. So what we are doing here, we are using our, so if you see in our component markup, we are having a tab set, and in our tab set we are having three tabs with different IDs. So we want to change the currently selected tab from add experience tab to car experience. So how to do that? First of all, we need to give a value to our tab set as well, or this would be like we need to use it uh, attribute in our tab set here. So that will be like selected tab ID, and here you can use the attribute here. We do not have this attribute declared as of now, so let's quickly declare this attribute. uh, so I have declared a attribute of type ID. This tab ID will hold the currently selected tab, and it will be passed to this selected tab ID. So in our on car experience added component, we will simply change the currently selected type ID to car experience tab here. So once you do this, yep, that's what you need to do. And what we are doing here, we are calling the refresh method from our add experiences component. So let's go back to our add car experiences component. We have a, where's our aura method, car experiences component. So this is the aura method that we have used here. We have named it as refresh. So we are calling this from the parent component. As you all know, aura methods are used to are used when you want to call your child components controller action from parent component. So in this refresh component, we are again fetching the latest data from server. So that's what we are doing here. So what we need to do here, we are calling this refresh event just like this. We are finding the car experience component here. So okay, so now how we can find this so if you know run this code, it will still not do anything. It will simply take us back to this experience uh, tab, but it will not reload the page from server. So what could, so let's see if it is fetching the latest data from server or not. But it should take us to the car experiences tab now. Uh, Add car experience here, edit, save it. Now we are getting some kind of error. So why we are getting the, what is the error? Record global value cannot read property refresh of undefined. Why we are getting this error? So here if you see, we are using this find function. So when do we use our find function? To find a component from our markup. So that component should have a aura ID, right? So we do not have a aura ID for our car experiences component here. So that we need to give. Once you do that, give it like, give it like ID, car experience ID. Save it. We need to use this ID in our controller file here, and then we should be able to call the refresh method. Let's reload our component here. Now we should not see any error, and we should see all the experience records from server. Let's give one more review to this. We already have one review for this car. Let's add one more review. Save it. Now you see we are being redirected to this tab automatically once we add the car experience record, and this is showing the new data from server. So this is how you can do it. So this is all about car experiences component. Now let's have a look on the external JavaScript how you can do that. So to reference a JavaScript library that you uploaded as a static resource, you need to use lightning colon require tag. So this tag is used to load any JavaScript file which is being uploaded as a static resource in your org. So you cannot directly use any JavaScript file from the web if they are not being uploaded in your static resource. This is because of content security policy. So once you do that, how you can load that JavaScript file in our component, you can use lightning colon require tag here, and you can give the script name from that static resource, and then you can define this after script loaded. We have one more attribute here after script loaded, and you can call any controller function once the script is completely loaded in your component file. The resource name is the name of static resource. This is the name of static resource. If it is a managed package, obviously you need to append it with your namespace here. So let's say your namespace is anything like custom namespace, then you need to use custom namespace double underscore resource name. The after script loaded action is a client side controller which can be called from script, which can be called once the scripts are loaded, or once they are completely available for your component. Now we are going to use leaflet library, which is like, oh, which is an open source library to generate uh, the map, and on that map we will be displaying the card location. So you can check out this leaflet uh, library here. This is the website. There are plenty of tutorials and documentation given here. You can use those documentation to generate your own map. And if you will not be discussing this library here in detail, we will simply use the code, and we have one trailhead as well to practice this leaflet library. This is the trailhead. The link will be given on the description for all these, for the leaflet as well, for the GitHub repository, and for this trailhead URL. This is the trailhead module that you can complete to practice the leaflet library. Now let's have a look at our car location component. So this car location component should display the current location of the car on the map. So this is what we are doing. Let's Now how you will get the car's latitude and longitude. So if you see, we are already firing a application event from our car tile component. That application event is passing our car object, which is currently being selected, and we are already handling that application event in our car details component. We again will be handling the same application event. We will not create another application event. We'll be handling the same application event in our car location component as well. So let's develop our car location component. Go back to developer console. Create new component named as car location component. Once you do that, you should be able to see a blank component on your screen. Let me open mine. Yep. So this is the code for our car location component. So what we are doing here, first of all, we are adjusting the width and height of this component. We do not want it to occupy the complete screen. So the width can be 100% because we are already giving it inside Lightning App Builder page, so it can be 100%, but the length should be 200 pixel because we do not want it to be too big. So this would be the height, and we are using a attribute to hold the location. So this is a type of S object. Then we are having one more attribute, JS loaded. So we will make this attribute as true once the JS file is loaded. So this would be the JS file that will be loading. We will be loading this leaflet library, and once the leaflet library will be loaded, we'll be making this attribute as true. Then we are again handling a application event here. So this is the same application event which we are handling in our cartels component as well. And this is being fired from our cartile component here. If you see here, so this application event is being fired from here and we are passing the complete car object here. The car object will have all the properties of the car, including our longitude and latitude as well. We are using some of the property in car details component, but we will use the latitude and longitude in our car location component. So that's why we are handling this car application event here. Sorry, application event here. Now we are using our lightning colon require tag. Again, in this we are using two attributes. So first of all, we are loading the CSS which is there in our leaflet library. So this is the path for that. And to load the JavaScript file, this is the path. So once you do that, and once the scripts are loaded, we are calling this function, controller function JS loaded. In that JS loaded function, we will be making this JS loaded attribute as true. So from where you can download this leaflet library, again go to this Git repository, and you should be able to see a zip file here, leaflet. Download this zip file, upload it as a static resource in your org, then you should be able to load it as same. You can change the name here. If you are using a managed package, use change the name here like custom namespace double underscore here. If that is the name, that is the namespace of your org. Now here what we are doing, we are simply checking if the location is not empty, then we are displaying the card location using the lightning card. This is the code for that. It's a simply we are given a aura ID to it just to pass the latitude and longitude to this particular component. So let's go to the controller file to this one. We will not be covering the complete leaflet library here. You can refer to the documentation here on this website because it is a very big library and with so many configuration and customization available. Use it as per your need. So what I am doing here, let me remove this one. So in JS loaded function, which is being called from this after scripts loaded attribute, we are simply making this attribute as true, which is our JS loaded attribute. We are simply making it as true. So that will tell us like the JavaScript or CSS file has been loaded completely so that we can proceed with our uh, post processing or whatever with our code. So now we are getting a param here car. How we are getting it? So from where this load map is being called? If you see here, where is the load map? Yep. So this is the so once the application event is being handled in our car location markup, this load map event is getting fired. So in that we are already passing the car object. If you see here, we are already passing this car object here. So we can simply get that car object by using get param of that particular event. Once you get that, we'll be doing more code here. But for now, I'm simply hard coding the latitude and longitude here. And then I'm setting the v dot location here. So if you see, this is the s object record, which is holding the latitude and longitude for our currently selected car. For now, since we have hard coded it, it should display some location on the map. But the last thing that we need to do, we need to add that car location component here on that on this our application page. Simply go to your edit page here. You see here our car location component here. Drag it. Okay, I've done some mistakes. Yep. Drag this car location here and put it on the right hand sidebar, just below your car details component. Save it, go back, clear the cache, Reload the page. Let's wait for it to load. Let's select any car. You see here now we are able to see a map component here with a location on the map. However, the location is not changing with our car selection. So what we need to do, instead of hard coding the location here, we can simply use this car variable here. So if you want to check the API name of these, let's open our car search forum. Where is our this one? Open this one. You see here we are fetching the latitude and longitude here. So this is the API name for these. So you can simply use this API name here for latitude, and the same can be used for longitude as well. Save it, clear the cache, reload the page. Now it should display the location of currently selected car instead of uh, showing the same location again and again. So let's see. Okay, it's not showing any location at all. So what did we do wrong? So if you see now, if you click on a car, it is showing us the new location, the car location properly. The spelling mistake that we have done is uh, we did type this L in small letters. Now there is a render file as well for the l- car location component. So this re-render uh, function will automatically gets fired by the system itself or the Aura framework itself whenever your component gets re-rendered. The code which is inside, you can again check the same code from the trailhead. We will not be going in deep to explain this code because it is a very simple code to set the location on the map and everything. So do check the trailhead and the leaflet library here for the resources on this one. Now let's check our today's assignment. So what you need to do, so first of all you need to use the leaflet library to display the map on your rent a car application. You need to complete rent a car application. Again, I'm saying the rent a car application is completed now. We will not be developing more components in this application. All 9 of them has been completed or covered. Go through all the topics covered in week 2 and week 1. This is a must exercise. If you have not followed week 2 and week 1, please go through those sessions to understand the week 3, because in week 3 we will be having some advanced topics which you may not be able to understand if you don't go through the week 1 and week 2 sessions. Then you can learn the application events from here. It is same assignment that we had yesterday as well. Now you as always, ask your question on developer forum. Spread your knowledge, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with your colleagues and Salesforce community. Now let's have a week to wrap up what we have learned in week 2. We have learned component event, a very main topic of Lightning framework. Similar to that, we learn about application event as well. It is again a very important topic in Lightning framework. Then we have seen the uses of LDS. So anybody knows why we did not use LDS today to fetch all those car experiences record? Because LDS only operates on the single record. We cannot fetch more than one record using LDS. If you see in the attribute record ID, we specify that to fetch the single record. So we have seen the DML operation and viewing a record using LDS. Then we had an in-depth look on Lightning App Builder as well. And then we had a look on Lightning interfaces. We checked 9 Lightning interfaces that gives your component more feasibility to deploy it on different Lightning context. Then today we have seen how to load external JavaScript in your Lightning component. You must have that external JavaScript loaded as static resource, else you will not be able to load that in your Lightning component. Then we have completed our rent a car application. So this is all about week 2 wrap up. Let's have a sneak peek of week 3. So week 3 will have some advanced topic of Lightning, and we'll be deploying the same rent a car application using Lightning tab as well. We'll be seeing how you can do that and how you can deploy your component inside a tab. We'll be covering Lightning quick actions. We'll be seeing how you can use Lightning component in Visual Force page, and we'll be having a look at Lightning data table as well. Again, a very main topic to display uh, your data in table format. Obviously, we'll cover more topics, but we'll see them on the week 3 itself. So this is all about today. So I'll see you guys on Monday at 6 a.m. Please be there and join me to learn some advanced topic in Lightning. Till then, bye bye guys. Have a great weekend.